Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
It's kind of lost for words, man, just seeing all the children and how young they were and the amount of blood that was actually all over everybody.
What was supposed to be a fun Friday at the zoo ended in heartbreak, pain, and tragedy. At least 2 people, including a child, are dead after a school bus crashed near Austin. It happened in Bastrop, just a little east of Austin. Now, according to DPS officers, 44 kids and 11 adults were on their way from a field trip to the school when a concrete truck struck the bus. A child on that bus was killed. So was a man in another vehicle. Neighbors who saw that crash happen describe a gut-wrenching scene as they tried to help.
There's a lot of crying and screaming. There's multiple shirtless men out here just because a lot of the kids had gashes and people were just bleeding heavily. So we tried to do what we could until EMS got on scene.
Out of the dozens of people who were hurt, 4 of them were taken by helicopter to the hospital in critical condition. Investigators say the concrete truck veered into the bus's lane, but it's unclear at this point why. Stay with us on air and online as we work to get more information on this tragic accident. Another news tonight, family and friends gathering today to remember the life of a 3-year-old boy who was killed earlier this week. We want to show you here a glimpse of the vigil or into the vigil that was held this evening at Tom Slick Park. Earlier today, the medical examiner confirmed that Caden Krieger died from a gunshot wound to the head. Tonight, his grandmother remembered a happy, friendly little boy who loved everything Spider-Man.
Caden was a very bright, smart, beautiful baby. Like, he could light up a room with his smile. Caden, there was nothing you could tell him because he knew the answer.
And that mother is in undescribable pain because Bexar County Sheriff's investigators say that Caden's mother shot him, then shot herself. Court records show that Caden's parents were going through a divorce. The mother's family wants investigators, though, to look further into her death. So imagine this, you lose everything that you owned at a fire and then having to start all over again. That is the situation for people at this apartment complex. Many of them have also had disabilities. A lot of them have been homeless in the past. But as the night team's Patty Santos explains, SAM Ministries tonight is working to make sure that these people have all the support they need.
Maintenance guy came up, told me there's a fire on the building.
Donna Snow's apartment was under the unit where the fire started on March 11th.
It was really bad. The smoke was really bad up there.
Donna and her pets made it out, along with everyone who lived in the 22 damaged units at the Hudson Apartments on Blanco. San Antonio Fire says a rooftop air conditioning unit is to blame.
They have already experienced enough trauma. Now they have experienced the trauma of a fire.
SAM Ministries CEO Nikisha Baker tells us the residents were moved to other units. They're getting emotional and spiritual support.
Now these are people that are going to have to start over. They've already been traumatized by life.
That's the most difficult piece of this issue, this incident.
Baker says there is no estimated cost or timeline for repairs.
I lived in a shelter.
The unit behind Donna was home for 2 years.
What was it like to have your own place?
It was so wonderful. It was quiet. I really enjoyed it.
She's currently sharing her temporary apartment with another displaced resident.
I want to get back in my own place.
And I want her to go back to her apartment. I want her to be able to do that. And every member of our team wants that. But the reality of how quickly that can happen is disappointing.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
So right now, SAM Ministries is collecting donations to help the people who were displaced by the fire. So if you'd like to give food, clothing, furniture, household goods, you could drop them off at 910 Oblate. That's the address, 910 Oblate. You can also donate money, and we have a link for you on our website, ksat.com. In other news tonight, the death toll continues to rise over in Russia as the terrorist group ISIS says that it carried out an attack at a Moscow concert hall. At this hour, we know at least 60 people are dead. More than 100 others are hurt. The violence erupted during a sold-out show in a venue that holds around 7,000 people. According to local media, at least 5 men shot people in the lobby and in the auditorium. Tonight, the White House is telling Americans in Russia to stay away from that area and also large gatherings.
The images are just horrible and just hard to watch. And our thoughts, obviously, are going to be with the victims of this terrible, terrible shooting attack.
Other major sporting and entertainment events in that area are being canceled throughout the weekend. So this is a story that's getting a lot of attention around the world, and that's Princess Catherine of Wales, who revealed today that she's been diagnosed with cancer. Princess Kate says that she's in the early stages of treatment, and now she's undergoing preventative chemotherapy. This comes after the princess had surgery in January for what doctors believed at the time was a non-cancerous abdominal condition. But then after follow-up tests after the operation, that revealed that she had an unspecified form of cancer. And she said today that news came as a huge shock and that she and Prince William needed time to process it for the sake of their family. And back here at home, men who were expecting to meet up with women and in some cases children instead met with law enforcement officers. And now more than 30 men are in jail tonight. Police deputies and troopers arrested them at that local hotel as part of a 3-night sting known as Operation Spring Fling. Officers from the Department of Public Safety, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, and other agencies worked together to arrest the people who were soliciting prostitutes. Investigators posed as women and girls online, and they made plans to meet up with the men in person. In total, 34 men are facing charges. Now, police have arrested another suspect in connection to that armored truck robbery on Austin Highway earlier this week. Officers are telling us that that man, Melvin Charles Hill Jr., was one of 2 men who pointed a gun at the armored truck crew and then forced them to the ground. I don't know if you remember the other suspect that we told you about the other night. That's DeAndre Nelson, who you see to the right. He was arrested earlier this week. Police are saying that Nelson was on social media bragging about going to a casino to spend a lot of money. Now, both Hill and Nelson are both charged with aggravated robbery. It's been more than a month since Northside ISD instructional assistant Alfred Jimenez, who you know as Mr. Fred, died from a head injury on the job. And his wife tonight still looking for answers. NISD says that on February 7th, Mr. Fred was, quote, redirecting a special needs student at Brandeis High School when he fell to the floor and hit his head. He died 10 days later on February 17th. His death was ruled a homicide. Now, SAPD is investigating, but they've told us that so far they have no updates. John Paul Barajas met up with Mr. Fred's widow, Margot, who tells him what she wants to see happen now.
Do you want charges on anybody, or have you even thought about that at this point?
The way I see it, it's not his fault. So no, I wouldn't want to do anything to this young man. That would be awful. But I do want NISD to take action.
And you feel that woman's pain. She wants the district to hire more staff to help current teachers. Now, in a statement, NISD says that it's unable to comment on the investigation, but does continue to assess and evaluate current practices in specialized classroom settings.
Tomorrow is going to be an extension of our beautiful day that we had today. Actually, I think tomorrow is going to be even a little bit better. We'll start the day in the low to mid 50s, low 50s in outlying areas, mid 50s in and around San Antonio, 54 degrees in town. By noon, we're at 63. And then 75 for the high temperature. Sunny, low humidity, just some wispy white cirrus clouds streaming overhead from time to time, and a gentle breeze, only 2 to 8 miles per hour, variable in direction throughout the day. Some noticeable changes we need to talk about into Sunday, and we're tracking our next system that brings us our next shot at rain into early next week. All that in a bit.
Adam, thank you. Now I have a question for you. Are you ready? Festivities for the annual Cesar y Chavez March for Justice start at 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's the 28th annual March for Justice here in San Antonio. Thousands of people are expected to come out to honor the civil rights icon. So you know what that means. Traffic. Yeah, right now on KSAT.com, RJ Marquez breaks down everything that you need to know about detours and closures. He's going to get you around town tomorrow. Oh, and speaking of traffic, Chrysler tonight recalling more than 280,000 vehicles because of airbag issues. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says that inflators for the right and left side curtain airbags are at risk of breaking. So this defect means that if the airbags were deployed, passengers could get hit with sharp metal fragments. And this recall affects 2018 to 2021 Dodge Chargers and Chrysler 300 models. And the agency is saying that if you go to a dealership, they will replace those airbags for you for free. So that's an important thing to remember tonight. You just go there and they should fix it for you for free. Now we're going to show you a video because I want to ask you if you've seen it yet. It's terrifying. Truly. I mean, this happened during an African safari over in South Africa. A bull elephant lifted a truck that was full of tourists. Yeah, happened near Johannesburg a few days ago. And since then, that video has been making the rounds all over social media. The people on board, they were trying to duck in between the seats so that they wouldn't fall out. The elephant lifted that truck twice before he eventually just lost interest, walked away. Fortunately, nobody was hurt in that accident.
SAPD is trying a new approach to trauma-informed care and support within its department. So coming up tonight on the Nightbeat, we're breaking down what that means and how it could impact day-to-day operations.
The San Antonio Police Department is prioritizing officer support and well-being. The department, now the first law enforcement agency in the country to be certified for trauma-informed care. The Night Team's Avery Everett breaks down exactly what that means.
Every crime scene that you make affects you, and this accumulates, and trauma accumulates.
That's why Captain Rene Gallegos wants more police officers to talk about mental health.
It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay not being okay for a day.
So, to make that possible, Captain Gallegos says the San Antonio Police Department is changing its culture.
You need to create an atmosphere of safety, resiliency, and empowerment.
SAPD just became the first law enforcement agency in the country to be certified for trauma-informed care.
I mean, you're smiling when I say that.
Well, I smile because, you know, there was a lot of work.
Trauma-informed care goes beyond acknowledging the need for mental health resources. It takes a proactive approach to dealing with day-to-day personal and professional hardships, so officers don't feel alone. They're part of a community that understands and helps them. The Ecumenical Center certified SAPD after looking at its policy and trainings, and it found successes and areas that needed to improve.
Our new wellness program was inspired during this moment in time.
This certification came at the end of a year that was stained with dozens of SAPD officers being shot and multiple high-profile murder and mental health cases. And that was all just in 1 year. That's why the city and the community say it's so important to have more of these wellness conversations.
Another officer is going to get shot, or another firefighter is going to go through a tough scene and have to deal with some injuries. But we have to show them a positive way to kind of recover from that and deal with those issues.
The certificate proves SAPD is doing the extra work to support more officers.
And in turn, our community gets a better officer. That means the interactions in the field are going to be with a little bit more compassion.
A conversation that's not just happening in the department, but across the city too.
It's changing the culture. You're changing one step at a time.
Metro Health also received this certificate alongside SAPD, and the city says it has a goal of getting all of its 40-plus departments certified by the end of fiscal year 2026. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Oh, now it is Friday. Just exciting stuff. Okay, so we had an awesome day today. Nice day tomorrow, which is important because we've got that march in the morning. Yep. But you know what I wanted to remind people of, my fellow allergy sufferers.
Oh, yes.
You might be tempted because it's still nice. You want to open up the window. If you've got allergies to oak, not a good idea.
Oak, even mold right now. Yeah. You want to open the windows and let the fresh air in. If the allergens don't bother you, or you don't mind the effects, open the windows tonight. You'll want to. This may be TMI, but I did a little neti pop before I took my nasal spray today because I was outside so much.
Not TMI.
Okay.
You got to do what you got to do.
Thank you. You got to do what you got to do. Oh, it gets me the worst. Anyway, I think it's going to be even better tomorrow. Not the pollen count. Sunday morning, we'll have some fog. It's going to be a gray day. Next rain chance comes in on Monday. Sunday's going to feel similar. It's just going to look rather different and be a little dreary, especially the first half of the day. Take a look at our afternoon high temperature trend. Mid-70s for the next 7 days. Yeah, we get into the upper 70s by this time next week, but we're looking at mid, maybe upper 70s the next 7 days, which is seasonable. The average high is 76 tomorrow. Today, the average high is 75. We made it up to 84 degrees for the high, and check out the record, 96, set back in 1971. And I always point out the record because it just gives you an indication of what the potential is this time of year. Now, off to the west, we had more heat. Del Rio 94, Carrizo Springs 91, Cotulla 93 for the high temperature. New Braunfels, meanwhile, 82 for the high. Tomorrow morning, we're at 54 degrees, even a little bit cooler in some outlying areas. By noon, we're at 63, 75 for the afternoon high. A picturesque day. I like to say, I know I say it a lot, but I'm going to say it again. We've earned these days. I still look back at our summer. All the records, the sun, the heat, the drought, the record heat, we can enjoy these days, and we deserve them, so make the most of it. Tomorrow afternoon will be near 80 along the Rio Grande. 81 Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Carrizo Springs as well. 74 Canyon Lake and Kerrville. 74 Leon Springs, Elmendorf, Losoya. 76 for the high temperature. Sunday, feeling pretty much the same, but it'll look very different. Morning fog to start the day, Palm Sunday, and then that's going to lead to a fairly gray sky the rest of the day. I don't think we'll clear out very much. Let's talk about our next weather maker. This is what caused our storms last night and even some of our big hail that we had on the northwest side of town. We didn't get much of this good soaking rain. We just got clipped by a few of the storms, but our next system, that's off to the west. This big wound up upper level low moving into the western U.S. It's going to amplify a little bit as it heads into the Rockies, and it's going to throw some energy our way and a weak cold front. Unfortunately, most of the good moisture and rain is going to stay to the north of us. I mean, we're talking a snowstorm in the northern U.S. from this system. But for us, a thin line of showers and even a few thunderstorms early Monday morning. We'll be right on the tail end of it, just clipping our area around the morning commute on Monday. And then by the afternoon, we actually get into sunshine. Just a 30% chance, so not much coverage Monday morning. Wednesday, we're at 20%. So unfortunately, rain chances not looking all that great over the next 7 days. Afternoons stayed in the 70s, but look at mornings do get a little cool again. Wednesday morning, we're in the upper 40s, so don't put the sweatshirts or light jackets away quite yet. Here's a quick update. 17 days to the total solar eclipse. PSA, don't park on the side of the road. Be safe. Have a good, safe spot planned out. Here's a live look outside with our live cam, and it's beautiful. I mean, we've got the clear sky, some stars are twinkling, and the temperature is falling off nicely, not too drastically.
Okay, thank you. All right, so before we were talking about the Spurs and the Grizzlies game, we could say there's one word to describe it: wild.
Definitely wild ending to this one. So the Spurs led by 17 points in the first half. Memphis would take the lead at least by 6 with under 30 seconds to go, and the Spurs would fight back the tide. It was awesome. And in college basketball, Baylor, the Bears, they are into the second round coming up. Number one, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs started off hot against the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. First quarter action, Wemby walks up and stops and pops a 28-foot three-pointer for the first points of the game. Later in the quarter, he dimes Jeremy Sohan for some jam, and the Spurs led 30-18 after the first quarter. How about more Wemby? This time, a step-back three, and the Spurs go up 17 points, 39-22, but they only led 44-43 at halftime. Let's jump right to the fourth quarter now. Spurs are down 6 with 26 seconds to go. Trey Jones with the inbounds pass to Devin Vassell for a corner three, and it rattles down and is good. Now Memphis trying to inbound moments later when Scottie Pippen Jr. makes a bad pass. It's stolen by Jeremy Sohan. He finds a wide-open Trey for three, and we're tied at 97 with 18 seconds to go, but Jaren Jackson Jr. bails out the Grizzlies with this left-handed shot for a 2-point lead with less than 2 seconds to go. Timeout Spurs. Wemby's desperation three is no good, and the Spurs drop a heartbreaker, 99-97.
I think it was a weird game, but we didn't take advantage of it, of the holes they had. And yeah, I don't know if we did everything we can. I don't think so.
Spurs will get back at it tomorrow night when they host the Phoenix Suns at 7. Turning to men's college basketball, number 3 Baylor had no problem with number 14 Colgate. Jalen Bridges goes 3, and Baylor leads by 7 in the first half. Now it's Jacoby Walter at the top of the key, and his 3 is money. Baylor led 54-34 at halftime. Second half, Ray J. Dennis gets a steal for a wide-open slam dunk. Baylor made 16 of 33 pointers, and they rolled 92-67, winning its 6th straight March Madness opener, though next face number 6 Clemson. In another final from today, number 9 Texas A&M beat number 8 Nebraska 98-83. The Aggies will next face the winner of Houston Longwood. The Texas Longhorns beat the Colorado State Rams 56-44 in first-round play last night. Defensively, the Horns locked down the Rams, holding them to 11 first-half points, and Texas takes it by a final of 56-44.
I think we came out with the right intensity. We know they're a really good offensive team. You got Stevens, really good elite point guard in the country. So, just come out with the right intensity, playing together, kind of having each other's backs. We were able to get some stops in that first half.
And so we thought we brought that tonight, that intensity that we had to on defense and the attention to detail within every possession and talking to each other and working together and covering up for each other when we needed to.
Number 2 Tennessee hammered St. Peter's 83-49 and will next play number 7 Texas tomorrow night at 7 in the second round. On the women's side, Shaylee Gonzalez and the Texas Longhorns are moving on after an impressive win today. Number 1 UT dominated number 16 Drexel as expected. Shaylee led the charge with a game-high 21 points on the strength of 5 3-pointers made. Forward Taylor Jones was next in line with 18 points, scoring 2 down low. And number 1 Texas takes the smoke out of the Dragons 82-42 and will next play number 8 Alabama on Sunday. And number 5 Baylor beat number 12 Vanderbilt to win and advance. The Lady Bears will take on 4th-seeded Virginia Tech on Sunday, with the winner advancing to the Sweet 16.
Strack shielding off for Wenzel, plus the foul. Carly Wenzel with an and one opportunity.
Antonian Prep alum Carly Wenzel had 13 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 block shots today to help number 4 Virginia Tech beat number 13 Marshall 92-49 in the first round of the NCAA Women's Championships. And as I just mentioned, Va Tech will play Baylor in the second round on Sunday. The Brahmas are ready to play football after the break.
Yeah, training camp's gone really well. We're excited about our team. We're getting down to the final cuts, but we're excited about the guys we have. We have great enthusiasm in practice, and I really like that.
Wade Phillips and the San Antonio Brahmas have wrapped up training camp up at South Lake Carroll High School. Next week is game week as they prepare to face the D.C. Defenders Sunday, March 31st, 11 a.m. at the Dome. The 50-man roster is set and the team is ready to go. Speaking of go, the NASCAR Cup Series is in Austin and it's ready to take on the Circuit of the Americas for the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix this Sunday. The 20-turn, 3.41-mile multi-elevational counterclockwise circuit takes advantage of the naturally rolling landscape, including a 133-foot hill at turn 1. Tyler Reddick won at COTA last season and is looking to defend his title. And University of Texas head football coach Steve Sarkisian, who led the Longhorns to the college football playoff semifinals this past season, has been named the honorary starter for Sunday's NASCAR Cup Series race at COTA.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
All right. Thank you. We'll be right back. So it's not just you. Crawfish is more expensive. A pound of it typically costs about $5. This season, it's closer to $12. Right now on KSAT.com, we explain why consumers are feeling the pinch. Adam.
Oh, look at little Milo in shirts. And more fun in shirts. First responders, love it.
Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you.